Hey guys, it's Steph and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be testing out Primark makeup, which if you guys have been with me for a little while now, I believe I tested out Primark makeup around about a year ago. In fact, I think that was my first ever testing video. That video went down so well. I think it's my most viewed video to date. And so on Twitter the other day, I was in Primark and I asked you guys if you wanted me to do an updated Primark testing video, and it was a resounding yes. So I've picked up pretty much a full face of products today, and I'm actually really excited about a lot of products that I have. So let's get into it. When I say let's get into it, I mean like, can I actually get into it? Because Primark packaging, you're a bitch. So the first product we have here is a primer water. This is their PS primer water. It says it preps skin for makeup application. This is obviously meant to be a dupe for the Smashbox primer water, but this cost £2, so it's super cheap. Let's see what the spray is like. Oh, that's actually a really good spray. It smells really good as well. Okay, cool. Let's get this hair out of my face. Yeah, it smells nice. It's got a really nice spray bottle on it. It's quite hot here in the UK today for like the first time in like 5 years, and that was very refreshing. I'm just gonna press that into my skin, and that actually feels a little bit sticky, which is good because that means it'll stick your makeup down. Okay, cool. I like that. Obviously I can't say how well it works just yet, but yeah, I quite like that. The next thing I picked up was when I was in the queue, and these are the two little Silly Sponge dupes. You get a pack of 2 and these cost £2. I thought these could just be a little bit of fun, and plus they're so much fun to squeeze, they're kind of like little stress balls. So for my foundation, I have the My Perfect Color Perfect Finish Foundation. It says it's a medium coverage, semi-matte finish with vitamin E. I have mine in the shade Toffee, but I think my fake tan has worn off a little bit, so this might be a little bit too dark, but we'll see how we go. This was £2.50, so super cheap. Oh, that actually smells really good. I'm gonna take this on this thing. I've never used one of these before, so I kind of have no idea what I'm doing. And definitely too dark. I might have to go and get my NYX lightening drops. Yeah, be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a buffing brush quickly and just kind of blend that out a little bit, just to try and sheer it out. And then I'm just gonna take my NYX foundation mixes. These are just white, and I'm just gonna mix a little bit of that in. You are not as tan as you think, Steph. Oh my God. I think I am just gonna have to actually add some of the drops to my face, because otherwise we're just gonna look insane. Yeah, I actually quite like this. I mean, it does take quite a bit more time and effort to blend it all out, probably because I'm not used to it. But when you get it going, or when you've got the right foundation colour, it does sort of blend things out quite nicely. So onto the actual foundation. I've tried a few other Primark foundations in my time, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, they haven't been great. This is probably one of the better ones. It's not like a foundation that I'd necessarily recommend. It's a little bit patchy. I don't know, it is a little bit patchy and looks a little bit cakey. But the finish is quite nice, and it has got some good coverage as well. Probably a good idea if I actually put some foundation on my forehead, because right now I just look a little bit dirty, don't I? I'm just gonna see what it looks like when I kind of buff it in as well. See if it's the foundation that's doing the good job, or if it's the blender. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. Now we've got the colour right, it looks a lot better on my forehead. It is quite matte, which for some of you guys I know you prefer. We are really gonna have to blend this down our neck, aren't we? As far as the actual foundation goes, colour aside, because we know I have that up, yeah, it's not bad. I think this is probably one of the best Primark foundations I've come across. In fact, it's probably one of the best foundations I've come across for £2.50, to be fair, because that is super cheap. I'm actually really impressed with that foundation. If you want something super cheap, then give it a go. It ain't half bad. So next we have a concealer. This is the PS Insta Fix Concealer Crayon. And from swatching this, I don't normally like crayons, but this actually looks quite pigmented. As you may be able to see, it's quite creamy. So I feel like I could get on all right with this. What I'm gonna do is just apply that to my under eyes first of all. You kind of need to warm it up to get it going a bit first. Or I'd maybe even recommend popping it on your finger first and patting it in. Colour's not bad. I've got mine in the shade, I think it was like honey beige or light honey. You know what, that's actually concealed everything really nicely. Primark has upped their game with their base products, I've got to say. Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with that. I wasn't thinking I was going to like that. I kind of picked it up because I thought I'm going to need a concealer, but I actually really like that. Next, I have another one of their concealers. This one is just the PS concealer. I think this is like 90p or something. I picked this one up in a darker shade so I could do a little bit of cream contouring with it. I don't know what color I have it in. Doesn't seem to say, but if I can find out, I'll leave a link to it down below. I'm just gonna pop that, not too much, because obviously we are looking a little bit darker today. Oh, actually that's quite sheer, that's good. Just in the contours and kind of around the perimeters of my face. But it's quite cool toned actually. So you could definitely contour with this shade if you're like my kind of colour. Let's take this guy again, let's see what this can do. When I first tried out Primark makeup, there were some things that were really good. Like with cheaper brands, I often find that things like lip products and blushes and that sort of thing, kind of like the powders and then also like the creamy like lip products and like mascaras or whatever, they normally work quite well. It's normally like the base products and things like that that aren't amazing. But so far, I've got to say, some of these products are rivaling some of the other drugstore brands I've tried out before that are like 3 times the price. I feel like we're looking quite dark around here, so I'm actually gonna brighten up my chin a little bit and actually underneath. I am still just looking a little bit muddy kind of around the center of my face because the foundation was so dark at first. A lot. Let's blend that out and hope for the best. Okay, cool. Next up I have a powder. This is their No Sweat Workout Mattifying Face Powder. I have this one in the shade Translucent. Oh, it's got a mirror, that's handy. And this was £2.50. So let's just... Well, it seems quite finely milled actually. So it's just a pressed powder. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush at first and apply that all over my face. It does look a little bit dry, but then again I am applying powder to like a matte foundation. That concealer hasn't seemed to crease at all, which is really good. Yes, powder's pretty heavy in the fact that it does look quite dry on the skin, so I'm kind of tempted to add a little bit more of that primer water, just to see if we can get rid of some of the powderiness. Yeah, I'm gonna take some of that primer water again and I'm just gonna apply that over the top just to melt it down a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's not as dry. I have noticed, however, that the foundation slash concealer is already creasing around here, but I smile a lot. I crease with a lot of foundation, so it's not too much of a problem for me. I tend to just like set that in place with a little bit more powder. But yeah, it's creasing a little bit and it does look a little bit more cakey on my chin. So next, I don't actually have a new contouring powder or bronzer or anything from them, so I'm just gonna go in with my usual and just warm up the face a tiny bit. So at the moment, I'm just using my Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, which I use all the time, and yeah, that powder is actually sitting quite nicely on the skin. Obviously, I know it's not Primark, but it's quite nice to see how like some of my other favorite products sit on top of various other brands. Next, I'm going to be taking the PS Bronze Highlight and Glow Kit, which I have used a few times before. This costs £4, I believe, and as you can see, it is a very close dupe for a lot of the Anastasia Glow Kits, and you can just see how intensely pigmented they are. So I think I'm actually going to take the shade Siesta to start off with, just on a fan brush, and apply that to the top of my cheeks. This is a little bit more pink tone than I normally go for, but I just might be able to see these two here are too dark for my face. You can see they are very, very intense highlighters. Cupid's bow. That is a milk mustache if I ever did see one. And this is a little bit powdery, so I'm just going to go back in with my foundation brush and kind of pat it in to make it mesh into my skin a little bit more nicely. So next I'm going to be doing my eyes, and for this I have the PS Master Palette, which has a bunch of really warm toned shades. This costs £6, and you've got kind of like half mattes, half shimmers, a lot of pinky tones, a lot of kind of orangey reds, which I love. So first of all, I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to take this light shade here. A little bit of cake back, but again, for a £6 palette, you really cannot complain. And I'm just going to pack that all over my lid. Yeah, it's definitely gotten rid of some of the veins on my eyes. So next I'm going to go in with this shade here. And I'm just going to take the same brush and pop that in the crease. Oh yeah, that's got quite a lot of pigment actually. I wasn't expecting to go that heavy-handed. I kind of just wanted like a light wash of colour in my crease, but I guess we're doing a warm smoky eye today. That actually blends out really nicely. I kind of really want to use this like dark, almost browny grey shade. I think what I'm going to do first is take this pink matte shade up here. I'm just going to pop that pink shade a little bit more in the inner corner. Just saving a bit of space to highlight in a second. I kind of want to mix it up a little bit for you guys. So I think what I'm going to do is use this shade a lot on the outer corner and kind of really blow it out. Maybe add a little bit of this to kind of diffuse it a little bit, and maybe add like one of these shimmery shades on my lower lash line maybe. So I'm just going to take a more dense brush and take that darker shade. Yeah, that is super pigmented. Not loving how this one is blending out. It's something you might want to pat down as opposed to blend. Not loving this colour as much as I thought I would. It does just kind of translate to a more cool tone grey on the lid. But that's fine. I'm then going to go ahead and take the transition shade again on a fluffy brush and just work that over the top to kind of blend it out a little bit more easily. These don't blend amazingly. Like if you do blend too much, they will start to just kind of merge into the same colour. But I think if you just blend them with a light hand and kind of know when to stop, then you should be fine. Let's then take a little angle brush, and what colour should I put on my lower lash line? What do you guys think? Maybe this one? It's kind of like a combination of those two down here, so yeah, I'm going to take that one. Ooh, they're pigmented. Yeah, the shimmers are where it's at. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush again and just kind of diffuse the edges. Ooh, I like this. I'm then going to go ahead and take a little mini pencil brush, and I'm actually going to take this top shade here. It's kind of like a more shimmery colour. Doesn't actually look too pigmented though, but I'm going to try and pop that right on the inner corner. Maybe I can take some of that more golden colour from the highlighting palette and pop that on there instead. Yeah, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? I just think the other colour we were using before is a little bit too icy for me. So to finish off the eyes, I have a mascara. This one is the PS Lash Out Intense Black Max Volume Mascara. They have like a new range of this sort of style products. I think they have like a face palette, they have some nail polishes and stuff like that, so I thought I would give this a go. This was £2.50 and it's got a fibre wand that's just kind of, I don't know, it looks fairly average to me. So I'm just going to give that a wiggle in my lashes. One of my favourite affordable mascaras of all time actually comes from Primark, so I have quite high hopes for their mascaras. But this is nice. It's black, it's lengthening, gives my lashes a bit of a curl. Yeah, I really like this. I love Primark mascaras. Again, if you guys want a budget and you want to pick up like an affordable mascara, try out Primark's because they're like £2. And a lot of them are just so good. Ooh, that's made my bottom lashes so long. So last but not least, I actually have two lip products. This is the one I think I'm going to finish off this makeup with because obviously it kind of goes. But I also picked this up. It's one of their Get Lippy lip kits. Only this is their holographic one. And I was kind of like, what? Don't think it's going to go with this look. Yeah, it's definitely not going to go with this look, but I really wanted to give it a go. Okay, so you have a lip liner. This is like a, ooh, that's like really iridescent purple. You also then have the holographic liquid lip gloss, and then some glittery stuff. This is gonna be messy, isn't it? So I'm not going too precise with this just because I'm not intending to keep it on my lips. But I'm just gonna apply the lip liner quickly. Seems nice enough, a little bit sheer, but it's a really light color. I actually quite like how that looks. Maybe this could work with this eye look. It's like quite a unique color. And then I'm gonna go in with the holographic liquid lip gloss. This seems interesting. So, okay, this is literally just like a sheer lip gloss. So it's not that interesting, but I'll apply that over the top. Oh my god, what has just happened to this wand? Like the cap thing has like come off in here. So now we've got a lot of product to play with. Okay, let's try and blend it with my fingers. Not sure this is my best look so far. Just saying. And then next I'm gonna go in with this glitter. I don't really know how you're meant to apply it because they haven't given you a brush or anything. Maybe I'll just apply it with my finger or something. Not sure this is the most like attractive lip look. It's okay. You probably could just do the exact same thing with like a regular clear gloss and like a fine cosmetic glitter or something. But if you are after like glittery holographic lips, £3 from Primark. Not bad. Not great, not bad. Okay, I didn't think this through because now there's a lot of glitter just all over my lips. And then for lips, I have the PS Workout Lip Fix Matte Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick. This one here is in the shade, I don't know. Yep. Not a clue with that one either, but it's like this kind of brownie, I don't know, it's just like a brownie brown shade. And one thing I did notice that Primark have like a workout brand out now. That's what the powder and this liquid lipstick is. I know I've tested out waterproof makeup. I know I've tested out 24-hour makeup. Maybe we could test out like sweat-proof workout makeup. Let me know. It's been a while since I went to the gym, but you know what? I'll run on a treadmill for half an hour if that means you guys get a good review. So let me know if you want me to test out like sweat-proof makeup. Oh, that's a very thin consistency. That is on my teeth. Ooh, I really like that colour. I like that colour a lot. Yeah, I'm actually really liking how this look turned out. It's super vampy and it's definitely like a more autumn winter sort of look, but I honestly love it so much. Okay guys, so this is the finished look and I'm actually so obsessed with how this look turned out. We started off the video fairly rocky with the foundation being way too dark for my skin, but I think we figured it out. Some of my absolute favorites. I actually do really like the foundation. Just make sure you get the right color, that would be useful. I like these little things. I like the eyeshadow palette. I think this maybe made my look a little bit more muddy, so I'd maybe skip out on that. But the other concealer, the Instant Fix, this guy here, really like that as well. Would probably skip out on the holographic lipstick, but I've heard the other lip kits that they do are really good as well, so I may have to check one of those out. The mascara is really nice, not as good as my Primark Iconic, but I do really like it as well. This liquid lipstick might just be my new favorite thing. Definitely gonna be picking up more of those colors because I really like that and it was super cheap as well. The bronze highlighting palette is really nice. Obviously you've got a bunch of different shades there. If you are darker skin, that could look so beautiful. This powder here was okay. I'd probably go for the Rimmel Stay Matte. It's like £1.50 more. It's a lot better, but this is nice enough. It does the job. And yeah, you know what guys, I've got to say, I'm actually so much more impressed with Primark makeup this time around than when I was the first time I tried it. There were some products back then that were kind of a bit like, I'm gonna stay away from that. But pretty much everything here today is really good. And I think this entire face of makeup costs like £22 or something crazy like that. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys and I will see you in the next one. Bye.